I think we have to start with redefining success. Redefining success in the sense that when they attain these entrepreneurial skills, they have ways of making a living, often unique, often uncharted, often unknown, but they have sufficient confidence, to take these risks, and we need to give them the skills to make it a success.
It's been a wonderful year and program between Inventure and Gunjur, the local government school. I think for us it's an unprecedented collaboration of kids from a private school trying to teach other kids from low-income groups using stories, entrepreneurial skills.
What they learned and what we learned were pretty much the same, because we'd gotten a crash course based on these skills. So we were learning these entrepreneurial skills, and we were teaching the children the same entrepreneurial skills that we had learned. And some of these skills were like social connections and communications, trust, inquisitiveness, drive, things like that. And we taught them these skills by means of these storybooks that have been written by the BE initiative.
As far as the benefit for our students from a program like this is, one is in keeping with the values of Inventure, which is encouraging sensitivity. Encouraging sensitivity to people from less privileged backgrounds. And a program like this helps achieve that, because our students get to see what other students have in terms of facilities, in terms of the backgrounds their families come from, their aspirations, their goals, and the opportunities that they have in life. So that's one of the topmost benefits, I would say, is that. Because really education needs to go beyond learning the ABCs or 2+2. So we really need to teach our students, we need to educate them about how to be better citizens. And that doesn't come through lecture, it doesn't tell them by telling them what to do, but putting them in an environment where that can happen. And kids do that, they're able to relate to each other in a way that adults can't. And I was just watching kids exchanging telephone numbers already, email addresses, stories, and ultimately they have the same aspirations.
So when we first started talking to kids in Inventure about what are the problems you face, it was certain things like, well, I'm stuck in traffic, or I didn't have electricity, so I couldn't use my laptop. When you talk to kids from low-income groups about what are the problems that they face, it's also electricity, but it's electricity which means that I can't study at night, or that I had to get up really early and go get water. So the issues are different, but they're also linked and similar. And I think the design of the program is such that the young people are inspired to realize that they can solve those problems.
Why entrepreneurship? Well, we all know the numbers. One of the single most opportunities that India has is that it has the largest population of youth in the world. It has the largest working population in the world. This while countries such as Japan, Italy are experiencing populations where they're getting older, right? So it's a tremendous opportunity for us, but only if you've got the right type of education. And we have the capacity to create jobs and create wealth. That's not happening. The forecast is that by 2020, about over 200 million Indians are going to be out of jobs or underemployed. Therefore, entrepreneurship skills. Now, what does an entrepreneur do? They identify and solve problems. And if you look at the problems that students at Inventure would identify today, they're really not that different from what the students of Gunjur school identify. It's the same thing. It's bad roads, it's waste management, poor quality of water. So we need our best minds to work collaboratively together to solve society's problems.
In Karnataka have something that we don't have in any of the other states. We have over 40 entrepreneurs from low-income groups that we have directly invested in. And so we can tell those stories in Canada to kids in government schools in Karnataka, which is a true real-life local role model story, which we can't do to the other states because those entrepreneurs don't exist. So we have a wild beekeeper, we have a young woman who's created 85 jobs for women by making areca leaf plates and makes $500,000 every quarter replacing plastic. We have some true amazing heroes. So I think the opportunity for Karnataka is to make all new content based on all of the 45 young entrepreneurs from low income groups who started businesses that solve problems and roll that out in as many schools as possible. And I think, you know, be bold, don't hold back. I mean, we don't have much time left. I think that's what I feel the whole time is like, in the meantime, there's global warming and, you know, and our schools are not delivering what they need to deliver to the poorest children. Entrepreneurs solve the world's biggest problems. And if they are the poorest young people, they can truly become the heroes we need for the time we're in. So our hopes for Karnataka is to be in as many government schools as possible.
At Gunjur, we'd like to continue with another group of students if the school permits us to do that. And having tasted the success of this, we'd love to take it to other government schools.
If we sign an agreement with the government of Karnataka, then the content is theirs for them to use, for us to train the teachers, for the teachers to deliver. The beautiful thing about B schools is that it can go to scale. You don't need to have 1 million people teaching 1 million kids skills at school. The stories can do that. So you can train the teachers, and there's a ripple effect. 21 stories get delivered to the school, and then, you know, the sets of games, and then the team can collect children's projects, grade and log them in a central system.
If other schools took this up as well, it would be a far greater impact. We're doing so little in comparison, and they've already learned so much. If other people do it, if other people take this initiative and pursue it, I think even greater things can come.
Karnataka is an amazing state, and everywhere in the world, you know, we live in tandem and in parallel lives. But that in one school you speak English, and just around the corner, you know, less than kind of 2 kilometers, you don't. And that, you know, transition for us going from one school to another and back again really highlighted, as you say, linkages and opportunities and divides that we forgot about, you know, as an organization, because we're so focused on government schools and things. And the kids in Inventure, like all kids in wonderful private schools around India, are the leaders we need for tomorrow as well. And if we can inspire them to want to become entrepreneurs who solve India's biggest problems, I think that would be great. I think, you know, my funny little quirk lately is that I don't think, you know, the answer is always an app or technology. And I think that this experience for the Inventure kids going just around the corner makes you realize that there is still a digital divide. There are 1 million kids who are not online, more than 1 million. And that perhaps human interaction is still the most powerful, and FaceTime and just turning up when you said that you would turn up every single Friday.
We're going to end up learning something from them, and hopefully they will end up learning something from us. I think the objective, the final idea of this is so that children who don't get the opportunities in life now have something to be able to work towards. We're showing them that there's life outside having to work at home, having to work in farms and stuff. Maybe school takes them to a certain level, but we're hoping that our little bit is going to help them just excel and want to work towards something new, something different.
It's tough, it's very, very tough. Like our class teacher said that it's us basically sharing with them, and it's really hard to keep them quiet and trying to get the message across and keep their attention. And like, it just shows me how hard teaching is, and plus I don't know, I just think I have a whole new respect for teaching now.